This is Ron Brown. It's Tuesday, June 27, 2017 at 2:39 Central Time, about 20 minutes before the market closes. I'm going to show you something that I've been doing the past few days, which may help make you stay abreast of the market. I'm going to go into my designer, and the smart group that I'm going to drag down is under Woodward and Brown. It is the LLUR, or lower left upper right charts based upon moving average extensions. Now this varies day to day. Any stock which meets the requirement of the filter is going to be included in this group. Now what I want you to do, if you want to follow this process, is just drag it down to the user group and generate an index for this group now. And it's clearing some index settings, and then it's going to generate the index only for the LLUR based upon moving average extensions. Okay, it's building the index now. It'll take a little while to clear those other indexes, but here is the index right now. Now make sure that you are using intraday and that you have everything updated. Now I'm going to just click on my F5 key, and that makes sure that all of these stocks are updated. Another thing I want to point out here is that I'm under my most used stock prospecting scans. I'm under fan formations. I'm under bullish fan, long-term bullish number 7. If I click on bearish, none of the stocks qualify. So every stock that is in the LLUR folder right here is above the fan formation. In other words, well, I'll just bring one of them up. It's above the 200, the 100, the 50, and now it's below the 18, but the fan is still intact. So these are stocks that exhibit the lower left to upper right formation. They're strong stocks. These are the leaders in the database. Now if I click on the spectrum analyzer and go to the industry, I can see a breakdown of the stocks, or the groups I should say, that are contained in here. Semiconductors, application software are the leaders, followed by healthcare, and so on down the list. So it's just a quick read on what is happening in the market. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this index that was created, and I'm going to look at it through a couple of different views. Now remember, this data is from 3:26 p.m., which is Eastern time, so it's only 16, 17 minutes old at this point. So here is the index. You can see that it's been very strong for quite some time now. And we're seeing some deterioration up here. We've had multiple negative VPA flags. There was a positive here, but many more negative than positive. But until the indexes start breaking down, it's hard to really determine that. So what I'm going to do is go to my top-down charts, and I'm going to go to the HGSI index charts. It's folder number 1. My most used daily charts are in 00, but this is in number 1, and I'm going to go down to this one. It's number 4. It signals a potential buy-sell signal. Now when I did this, I don't know, about an hour ago, the force 13 was still positive, and it's turned negative also. So if I zoom in on this, this is generating a potential sell signal. That's what this red bar is here. Why is it doing that? Because it's more than a 5-to-1 day. Decliners over advancers. The volume is more than 5-to-1. The force index is now negative, as the force index 2, and the VPOC has turned negative. Now the VPOC 1010 is really not part of this signal here. I put that in later. It's just for a visual reference. But everything's turned negative, and that is a very sharp warning that things are obviously not good. I'm going to go to a different view. This view has the internals data window, and I mentioned that the advancers were more than 5 to 1. They're actually closer to 10 to 1. They're only coming in at 1.6. ARMS index is now a 1.94. That's based upon decliners and advancers and the volume. So it has weakened since I did this an hour ago. Only 4.5, hitting a 52-week high. Let's see what else is here. You can see the force indexes have turned negative, and the AD direction has turned down too. The trend is still up, but that can change very quickly. Here's what I wanted to point out. The advancing volume divided by the declining volume, it's only 0.08, which means it's more than 10 to 1 down day to day. I haven't seen this for a long time, so you really better be wary. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is this is something that you can do throughout the day, especially on extreme days like this. Now, when I sort on intraday percentage price change, you can see that only 14 out of the 114 are positive today. Remember, these are all fan stocks, bullish fan stocks, and when you see these kind of numbers, that is not good. Now let's go back. I'm going to look at a couple other charts. Let's just go through these very quickly. You can see that the A's and B's are starting to turn down, and the D's and E's are turning up. Here you can see it, that the B's are turning down, the A's are turning down. That money is flowing into C. These are stocks within the index that are above their 20-day moving average and their 30-day, and the 50s have not quite broken down below yet, but the 200-day, this is interesting. The stocks in the index, well, the 200 is still positive. I'm sorry, I was looking at that backwards. Anyway, so this part is still positive, but we're seeing deterioration in the 20-day. The percent above the 20 and above the 30 have turned down. Here's my potential buy-sell, the internals. New high, new low. This is a slow line to change, so it's not very responsive. Here's accumulation distribution. Don't have a distribution line yet. This was a accumulation, as you would expect, but keep your eye on it. The first two that I showed you are the ones, though, that I really pay the most attention to, and that is the potential, buy, sell, and the internals window. You can get all the information you need out of those two chart views when you apply them to an index. And the reason I'm using this index is because these are the leading stocks in the database. If they weren't, they would not be in this smart group. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to provide these tips as we go along, both on the long and the short side. It'll work well on the long side also if the market does stabilize and turn back up. Thanks for listening.